So, I still remember, like, I got to the ashram around like 3 a.m. There was no power. So like their power had gone out. So they like took me to a room and like there was a bed and then I go to sleep. The moon was out. And then I wake up a little bit later because there's this bell ringing. Like someone's ringing a bell. I look outside, the moon is still up. I'm like, I don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
I didn't have a cell phone back then.
Okay.
This was 2003.
Oh, that's a long time ago. Okay.
So, and then I walk outside and I see that there are people milling about. I hear like toilets flushing, things like that. So I'm like, okay, I guess I have to get ready. And then, I start walking just following the herd of people in the moonlight. And then I hear this, I'm like, what was that? And then I hear, and then I'm like, that sounds like vomiting. And then I hear a lot of it. Like people like 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 people. And then I'm following these people and I see there's like a ditch with a row of people vomiting like liters of stuff into the ditch.
Oh, fuck.
And there's a group of people walking behind them, like kind of patting them on the shoulder and being like, oh, it's like, okay. Like, and I'm like, what's going on? Did I come to the plague? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. Did they
drink the water?
So it turns out it's a yogic practice called Vamandhoti, where you drink a bunch of isotonic water. So like basically like salinated water with electrolytes, and then you vomit it out and it like cleans out your whole system.
Oh shit, he was right.
And so it was just this weird, like bizarre, like kind of esoteric yogic practice. Yeah. And what I found in India was basically a system to understand why I could not control myself. Like I wanted to get up, but I wouldn't get up. And so how does that work? Like if you want something, why don't you do it? It's like such a simple thing, but we don't teach this stuff.
Right.
So fell in love with it because I felt in control for the first time in my life. Found someone who was something like a guru who just really helped me immensely. And then I decided 3 months later that I was going to become a monk. So I went to one of my teachers and I said, I'm ready to become a monk. I'm going to take my vows. And so my teacher said, becoming a monk is about giving up a life. And you don't have a life to give up. You're like nothing.
Damn. Oh, God. Damn.
So he said to me...
That's the most Indian parent shit ever. You're a loser. What are you giving up?
Yeah, so he said, I'll teach you so you can come back every summer and every December. And you'll continue learning. Like you can progress and do like more advanced spiritual practices and things like that. But you're also going to go get a doctoral degree. And then if you decide at the age of 30 that you want to take your vows, if you still want to do it 9 years later, you can still continue learning. Then we'll take you.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So then I went back to the US and I was like, okay, I'm going to go get a doctoral degree. Met my wife. She's Indian. Right?
Jesus, I knew I liked this guy. I knew I liked this guy.
He's a big brown love guy.
I love brown love.
I also love brown love.
You're learning it. You didn't even know you loved it.
Yeah.
This guy acts like a monk, dude.
Okay.
It's the first time he's ever said brown love in his life.
When I'm really doing brown love, I don't know if I look like a monk. But, y'all got to check out the OnlyFans. That's what we're talking about there. Which is interesting because actually, one of the things that we discussed like literally a week ago, my wife was like, we should really start an OnlyFans. And she's CEO of Healthy Gamer. So she's my boss.
Yeah.
So she wasn't
This guy's so Indian. It's unbelievable.
Unfucking believable, dude.
Right, yeah.
We need to talk about the Kama Sutra, by the way, but that's a later conversation.
Sure,
we can talk about that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, she was saying like, you should like start helping people on OnlyFans. And anyway, so going back to the monk story. So then I went back and I met her and then, promptly fell head over heels.
Yeah.
We were dating for a couple of years. And then at some point I was like, okay, I have to get a doctoral degree. And she was like, I want to be married. She was watching Grey's Anatomy at the time. And she was like, I want to be married to a neurosurgeon. So I was like, why the hell not?
That's so cute.
So it's so funny because people think that, the early when I majored in pre-med, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was
bio?
I'm going to be doctor, I'm going to be best doctor. I'm going to go to Harvard. I'm going to be the best. And then years later, it's like, we're going to do this so that we can get laid until we're 30 years old. And then we're going to give it all up. And so I was also like telling her, I was like, there's no like long-term potential here because like I really want to become a monk and that's my path in life. She's like, yeah, whatever. She was like, okay, fine, whatever. Like it did not bother her at all. And so ended up going to med school and then really didn't care about like grades and stuff because I wasn't like, oriented towards that stuff at that point. And then it was actually kind of embarrassing because my mentor called me after like the day of graduation. He's like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not coming to the dinner or whatever." And he's like, "You're like, I'm presenting an award for you. Like, why aren't you here?" And I was like, "Oh shit." Because I didn't even know, like I'd never looked at my grades. Like, so I ended up winning a couple of awards. But
How do
just
you not look at your grades?
Yeah. So like that's a big part of like spiritual practice is not being oriented towards the outcome of your actions.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you focus on the action itself.
Yeah.
And so everyone around me, I still remember like the first year of med school, I like kind of came in, I was a little bit older. It's a bunch of like 24-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I was 28 at the time. And then they're so paranoid about like grades. There are a bunch of these like, brown kids and Asian kids and white kids and black kids and Hispanic kids. And they're all oriented.
Not a bunch.
In order, by the way.
So it's funny you say that. So I still remember the day I walked into intern orientation at Massachusetts General Hospital and Harvard Medical School, like a third of the room was brown. A third of the room was Asian.
Yeah.
Like East Asian, and then a third of the room was everything else.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is insane.
Yeah,
I've never
Taking our
seen
jobs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All over the world. I mean, it's a big problem right now. It's taking everybody's
Why is someone
yeah.
talking about it?
And then they also litter all over the place.
Wait, what?
Like brown people. Have you guys
Yeah,
not heard
it's a
about
real
this?
thing.
It's a real problem.
I remember going
You
to
said
India.
it, not me.
Second time I went to
part of
India,
this.
I'm in my uncle's house. I had like a wrapper of some junk food, obviously, because I'm fat. And I was like, "Hey, where should I throw this away? I don't see a trash can." He's like, "I just throw it outside."
Yeah.
No
Okay.
way.
It's
I
like,
did see a video of a hotel, I think, in Mumbai, where a girl brought her trash down, and the guy goes, "Oh, thank you so much," and then tossed it over the fence. And I was like, "Well, what's their culture? I'm not going to judge."
Yeah,
you know?
it's like when you have 1.4 billion people, like
Yeah.
maintaining
Yeah.
civil order is like
It's a
super hard.
A little tricky.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't remember where I was.
You're in med school. You're getting
yeah.
an award. You miss it.
Yeah, so then
So
what?
you just know that you passed. That's all you know.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had passed. Like, you sit down and you take a test,
Yeah.
whether you know the answers or not.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know about this, didn't know about this. And really, I mean, when I was in med school, my orientation was like, okay, I'm going to be a doctor one day. I'm going to just try to learn as much as I can because I'm not going to like practice. I don't know if I'm going to practice for long, and then was 30 years old when I was still in med school and had gotten married at that point, I think. Yeah. So decided to get married, decided not to become a monk. So, but really was just about, and this is what I even tell like the medical students and stuff that I'll mentor. I think a lot of people think like medical school is all about getting grades because this is the way we've been conditioned, right? So like you got to get A's in high school. You got to make the decision to become a doctor at the age of 15.
Yeah.
And then you got to be like, do good in high school so you can get into a good college,
Right.
be at the top of your class in college so that you can, so your grades, parents. So all these kids are like oriented towards getting good grades, but like I still remember I was doing interviews for residency. So I was like on a flight and then there's like, you hear this intercom and it's like, is there a doctor on the plane? And I was like I'm a fourth year
Right.
medical student. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm like, okay, hopefully somebody else will answer.
Yeah.
And then like a few minutes later, they're like, is there a doctor on the plane? And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So then I like ring the call bell and I go to the back. Thankfully, there was another doctor on the plane. So I was like, I'm a fourth year medical student, happy to help. And there's like a dude like laid out.
Yeah.
And it's like, is he having a heart attack or a panic attack? And so I felt lucky. But that's what I sort of realized at that moment. And this is what I tell everyone who goes to medical school is one day you could be somewhere like a wedding.
Yeah.
So 50% of the weddings I go to will have at least one medical emergency, that are Indian because there's like hundreds of people there. And you don't get to say, I didn't study hard enough. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Right.
Right. At the end of the day, like the practice of medicine is like a human being walks into your office. And if you make a mistake, like this person could die. So you should learn as much as you can about the human body. Don't just focus on the thing that you want to do. Like everyone sort of focuses on their specialty, but I strongly recommend that if you're going to be a psychiatrist, you should focus on everything else in medical school because you have your whole life to learn psychiatry. But this is the last time you're going to get a chance. Like I haven't delivered a baby in like, 10 10 years. And so every baby that I delivered, like, hopefully those are the last babies that I'm going to deliver, and I won't have to deliver a baby. But if you're on a cruise ship or something and some woman goes into labor, you don't get to say, yeah, I'm a medical doctor, but I'm a psychiatrist and I just know how to talk about feelings. Like, I don't know how to do that.
Right.